So here we are in one of the Jayco motorhomes, the engineering team. This is a great place to mount your Savvy level that can go inside here, just in the cupboard. Here's another great place to put a Savvy level on the motorhome RV.
I've just installed the Savvy level and electrically wired it together. I'm about to open the app. The app will then, I'll go to settings and I select for the device. It's searching for a device, and the closest device to the phone is registered first. If there were multiple, it would show the closest one first. I just hit connect. It's now connecting and it's connected. Now we've just opened the app. The values don't mean a lot just yet. We're going to have to zero the scale, that is level the motorhome and zero it, and we're going to have to put some length and width information into the app to make this work properly. Once we've put our information in for the first time, we will never need to do this again. It will always give us that level from wherever you are. Also, we'll need to tell it what we want to use, ramps or blocks. Okay, we're now in the motorhome and we're going to try and do the initial leveling of the motorhome so that we can zero scale it. In order to do this, we need one axis to be level. So let me have a quick look. This is clearly out of level, and this is clearly out of level in both the north-south and the east-west. We're going to have to find a location where at least one axis is level, and the best way to do that is across the east-west. We can see that right here it's level, but different places in the motorhome will be different in level. For example, if I take the level and I place it on the table here, we can see that that is well out of level. But what we care about is things like the fridge, maybe the bed, and these are the things that will count. We can see it's slightly out on the bed, and we would just adjust it to get it level, or the best approximation to level that we would consider acceptable for everywhere we go. The north-south is clearly out. Because the east-west is level, we know that we don't have to worry about tipping it this way, so we can just focus on lifting either the front or the back. In this case, we can see by me adjusting the spirit level, lifting the front is what we need to do. In our case, we know that we have to lift the front of the motorhome. So we've placed the ramps under the front of the motorhome. We've backed it away because we know where it's east-west is level, and we're going to drive up on those ramps and watch the spirit level inside to see that we get to level. Right now he's driving forward, and we're going to see if we can get it level in the north-south. Stop. Okay, we're nearly level. A little bit further. A little bit further. Stop. A little bit further. Stop.
We can't go anymore.
That's spot on. We're close enough now. Now we are at our desired level, both in east to west and north-south. We're now ready to record this into our Savvy level.
Thankfully, you only need to do this once, just to calibrate your Savvy level. Imagine doing this every single time.
Now that we've leveled up our motorhome to our desired level, we've opened the Savvy level app and we're about to tell it to remember that level. I'm going to settings and I'm going to press zero calibration to record our preferred level into the app or the Savvy level. Hit OK. You'll notice now, it now registers this as perfectly level. Alright, in order for the motorhome to be able to calculate the correction height on each of the wheels, we need to put in some dimensions into the app. So we'll just measure this, and it's from the centre of the wheel to the centre of this wheel. 4.7 metres. In the mobile, I'm going to say 4.7 metres to the front to rear wheel. So we're just going to add that, correct that there. This is in millimetres, so it's 4,700 millimetres. Now I need to measure the left to right wheel. just to visually see what measurement you're making rather than remembering front to rear wheel, we press information and it shows us pictorially what measurement we're actually making. Right, now the second measurement was to measure the width of the motorhome. This is a single wheel motorhome, so we're going to go from the middle of this wheel to the middle of the other wheel. If it was a dual wheel, we would go to the middle of the connection of the two wheels to the other middle of the connection of the two wheels. Today, of course, you can get this information from your manual. Okay, I've got 2,000 millimeters for this width. Now we've measured the left to right wheel, we can see that the default value is 2,100 millimeters, and again that's what we just measured. So now I'm going to put in the actual measurement of 2,000 millimeters or 2 meters. Now we have zero calibrated the motorhome to our desired level. We've put in the dimensions, the wheel dimensions of the motorhome. We now need to decide, are we using block leveling or are we using ramp leveling? In this first example, we're going to use block leveling and we're using the standard Aussie chock and block. There is no need for you to make any measurements about the blocks. They're already recorded in the Savvy level system. We just simply check the box Aussie chock and blocks and home and everything is ready. I've just taken all the blocks out of the small container and we can see that with the blocks we can assemble them into various block heights. That's one block height, for example. If I place two blocks together and link them, that becomes 2 block height. If I put more blocks together, also 2 block height, but when I put the one on the top, it becomes 3 block height, and so on and so forth. If you've got a big correction, you may actually need to have 2 packets of the blocks. Now that we've brought our motorhome to site, we can see that we're out of level. We're 1.3 degrees and 1.4 degrees, or 45 millimeters and 110 millimeters. It's not visually clear though which way we're out of level. We can improve this vision by simply hitting times 10. Now we can see that the left hand side, if compared for the driver, is down. That's that side over there. And we can see that the nose is also down. So this is where the corrections are going to be required. But because we have 2 axes that are tilted out, we cannot fix this with a simple placing of the ramps under the front or under the side, because the other one will always be left out of level. To solve this problem, we're going to let the computer calculate a leveling solution. To do this, I press top view. We can see that the driver's side wheel requires a 3 block height setup. We've set up a 3 block height, and all we have to do is line the centre of the 3 blocks with the centre axle of the wheel, just like I'm showing here. So we're lining those 2 up. The passenger side and set up a 2 block height. Now we have the 2 block height, we do the same thing, we line the 2 blocks up with the centre axle of the wheel. Now finally, we have to go to the driver's side rear wheel and set up 1 block height. Now we're going to take the 1 block height and line it up with the centre of the wheel. Now we've just set all the blocks up, we need to move the motorhome back to just clear the longest setup. Can you just move it back? Stop. We're going to slide it horizontally, not towards the wheel, but horizontally in front of the wheel. And line it up with the wheel. I'll do this with the rear one. And we'll do it with the passenger side. The motorhome to drive up onto the top of these blocks, and the computed solution will show that we're level.
And here you're looking at a genuine representation of the scenario you just saw, driving forward up the blocks, and you'll see the rectangular images on the right-hand side are no longer there, so we're level. And you can see the left-hand side picture showing that we're level as well. Done.
As you can see, the motorhome is now on the blocks where it should have been for level, and it's perfectly level. Notice that's on the 2 block height. Set up on the 3 block height. The rear driver's side wheel is set up for the 1 block height. In this demonstration, we're going to disregard the blocks because we're going to use ramps. So the information regarding blocks, we just simply ignore. Notice now the millimeters. It tells us we need 60 under this wheel, 90 under that wheel, and 35 under that wheel to achieve level. I'll show you how this goes on and how we do it using a ramp. Now to begin with, we're going to set up 100mm on the driver's side front. Right, I'm using a step ramp, but they can work very similarly to continuous ramps, but I'll show you that in a moment. Right now we can see that that height of that step ramp is about 100mm, and that will meet that requirement. We line the 100mm with the centre axle, just as we did with the blocks. Now we're going to set up the ramp on the passenger's front side, which is 70mm. Now we'll notice that that is 100mm, that is 70mm, and that is around 40mm. But we're going to choose the 70mm as defined by the app. Now we line that up with the centre of the axle. Because we're using step ramps, we have defined distances. But if we are slightly more than 70mm, say 90mm, we would just bring that ramp a little bit towards the back. And it's just an approximation because the wheel will actually deform when it goes up the step ramp. For this example, we'll stay with the 70mm. Now the last driver's side rear wheel is 35mm. On the ramp I measured 40mm, so I'm just going to line that up with the centre of the axis. It will be close enough. We have the centre of the axle lined up with that 40mm. We're going to back the motorhome away from the ramps, making sure that the wheel clears the ramp that's the highest or the longest in front of the wheel. Now we start going backwards. Now that we've got the clear, we move it horizontally in front of the wheel. Notice the position. This is a lot further away from the wheel because the wheel's only going to go onto the first step. Right, we're ready to drive up.
Again, this is a direct representation of movement, driving forward up the ramp, and you can see the rectangular images are gone. We level in the left-hand screen and the right-hand screen done. How quick was that? East-west, north-south levelling in a motorhome. The SavvyMH4 revolution in motorhome levelling. It's lightweight, relatively comparatively low cost, and it is precise. You can level east-west, north-south by yourself in under a minute. Check it out, savvylevel.store.